And what is going on with you guys, my subscribers, my followers from everywhere? You know what I'm saying? Outcast Moon out there representing, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy, Hachiro 20 at your faceplate once again for another excellent video. You already know what it do. I just wanted to go ahead and make one of these videos because I haven't done one of them in a long time. It's kind of like, you know, my setups nowadays. I kind of remember doing a video like this way back when I was first beginning Conclave. I think I did one or two of these, but like I kind of wanted to, you know, show you what I do in Conclave, what's my mentality when I pick a loadout, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to kind of refresh you guys on that while also showing you guys, you know, what I've been doing lately. All right. So I guess we'll start with the Ash build. Now most of the time, you know, I got at least a good few builds where they're just usable, where I'm fucking around with my friends, or you know what I'm saying, or just trying to try out something new. So, you know, basically here's one of those builds. It's like right now, you know, Ash usually packs either the Ogress, the Tenora, sometimes a Tetra. In the primary slot, but I've been trying out the Velt for a quick minute here. Now I've owned the Velt for quite some time, so don't mind the fact that it's ranked 6. It's just that I've never really used it anywhere else besides Conclave, so it's just been ranked 6, you know, for about the longest. But as you can see, very beautiful and generous stats on the weapon. It's actually quite a beautiful weapon and quite a powerful one indeed. Very slept on, so you know, every once in a while you gotta pull out a weapon like this, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of show people what it do, you know. Now the Karma's God Fierce Barrage is what anybody should know me to have as a pistol. That's definitely the Axamati, my favorite 2 pistols in the game, you know what I'm saying. That's left to right, that's Ebony and Ivory right there, you know what I'm saying. On some Dante, you know, Devil May Cry shit, you know what I'm saying. I've always trusted in these, whether it's PvE or PvP. I love the sound of them. You know what I'm saying? And you can see how the damage can add up, especially at the end. The slash and the puncture are very good. You can even main these, like you don't even need a primary when you're using these guys, you know what I'm saying? Alright, but let me go into the Black Moon Edge, aka the Ski Jotty. This has just been another one of my favorites, and I'm like very attached to the Ski Jotty, like in general. You know, the base skin is just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's just been my favorite Nakana for about the longest. You know, I was always a Nakana Prime type of guy, but you know, as soon as they came out with the Ski Jotty, you know, I was right on that train. But yeah, this is pretty much almost entirely exclusive to Ash here. Like I don't really use it on any other Warframe in Conclave. You know, it's just kind of a thing where, you know, Ash Nakana is kind of the combo, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have an Ash Nakana loadout somewhere in your mess. I mean, it kind of changes a lot of situations in battle, you know, especially when you need that extra bleed to kind of level things out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely one of them things where I'm gonna bring this build out to mostly try to use the Ash Nakana to kind of change the tide of a match. But I, again, don't really use my Ash that much anymore, not like I used to in the beginning of my Conclave days, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Things change. So I'll go right over to the side and demonstrate another build for you guys. And this one is basically the classic. You know what I'm saying? It's the Red Terror Excalibur. It's everybody's most hated character in Conclave. You know what I'm saying? It's he's a legend. That's all that needs to be said. You know, Divine Wrath, of course. This is like I named this after a Dragon Ball Super move by Zamasu, Divine Wrath. And so, you know, when the Ogress explodes in its natural energy color, it has an orange color, so, you know, at the same time, it's kind of like that, but, you know, considering the fact that I consider myself a god, you know, Divine Wrath was kind of a name that came a little naturally for the Ogress. by the way, I'm kind of mad about something I saw on Warframe's page. They got like a skin now for the Ogress that looks really badass. And I'm just gonna say this now. I want it. I want it. See, I highly recommend that you guys check out that video on Warframe's page. It was like Unreal Tournament skins or something like that. And they showed off this really badass ogre skin. I don't know if they're bringing it over the console, but you better. That's just all I got to say, because like Ogress has been my weapon for pretty much the entire time that I've ever played Conclave. I've kind of represented this, you know, like if you think about Ogress, especially in Conclave, you're really just gonna think about Hachiro. I mean, come on, you know, it would be a great service to me to be able to use that skin. I would love that. But anyway, yeah, Ogress, you know, nothing much to be said about that, you feel me? It's the Ogress, you know? Now the Avenging Energy Barrage is the Secure Dual Extra. A lot of people were kind of wondering what this weapon was that I was shooting at them when I first kind of changed the name. They didn't know what it was, but now you know. That's some Secure Dual Extra right there. Right behind the Axamati is probably my favorite pistols in the game. You can see why, because you know it's got a lot of puncture, so it's definitely a great, you know, weapon to use after the shields are gone from the opponent. And in general, this is a build that I would use to just rush down my opponent. Like, I'm gonna come in with the Ogress, I'm gonna make you scared, I'm gonna get close with the commas, and if I need to, I'll shoot you up with these Secure Dual Extras, you know. Like, they're the last resort in the build. Definitely good to kind of, you know, harry the opponent, make them a little scared. Like I said, like this whole build is designed to scare my opponent, you know, so that's kind of where it's at, you know. Like I said, this is pretty much the classic build. It's the Ogress, it's the commas. You already know what to do. Alright, I won't spend too much time. Let's go ahead and go to the next build. Now see, Chroma is a setup that you guys have been seeing quite a lot in both my uploads and if you've been fighting me a lot lately. But it's pretty much my anti-cheese build. The secondary will change wildly from anything from a Pox to the Axamati to what you see here in the secondary, which is the Barrage Death Beam. We'll get to that in a moment. But Chroma recently got a very beneficial change in Conclave, wherein which now he has the triple jump that he features in PvE, which makes him quite a dangerous opponent in Conclave, given the fact that his mobility has been increased by this. Now, as you can see, he doesn't have a base stat of 0.9 mobility. That was actually a custom-made change that I did. So I have a very highly mobile Chroma, which keeps him out of danger quite a lot. Now, see, the Vorpal Eradication Bomb, let's talk about that. Alright, this is the Phantasma for anybody who is not known. You know, this is basically, like I said, my anti-cheese weapon. If somebody's using Voltace, I'm gonna go Phantasma. If somebody's using a Mire, I'm gonna go Phantasma. If somebody's using Zakti, I'm gonna go Phantasma. You get the idea, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, most of the time, a lot of cheese that is featured in Conclave keeps you kind of still, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're stuck in one place most of the time. With Mire, you're gonna go for slams. With Telos Voltace, you're gonna spin all over everywhere, all crazy like a dumbass, you know, and then eventually get smacked up by Elemental Ward, which is one of my favorite things in Conclave right now, to defend against people who think that they can melee. That's very important. They think that they can melee, and so they use Telos Voltace, Mire, or whatever have you, and they get the damage reflected back to them. This is a very, very, very good strategy against people who think they can melee. Alright? The fact is, now you can also switch elemental types in Conclave, just like you can in PvE, so it makes it a very, very awesome choice, okay, to run Chroma. Right? Again, the Vorpal Eradication Bomb, aka Phantasma. A lot of people hate it. Some people like it. It doesn't matter to me. It's a slow moving but very hard-hitting projectile. Once all of the bullets hit, you know, it explodes for about 83 damage and follows up for somewhere between 13 to sometimes 30 damage per one of the bullets that come out of the explosion area. And that's only if you're stupid. Like, this is one of those loadouts that I'm gonna pull off on you if you're stupid. Like, let me repeat that again. You're only gonna die to this loadout if you're stupid. Right? So, you know, the Lacera is Pontifex Judgment. You know, it's another one of those things that I rely upon to kind of keep the cheesers at bay. You know, I try to keep a low level of cheese in Conclave, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of as far as I would like to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing further than the Lacera and this Phantasma is what I specialize in. You know what I'm saying? So nobody else is really going to have this build. Alright, let's go ahead and move on. Now see, Banshee, I talk about that, but it's another one of those builds that I play around with. I'll just give you a quick description. Arrogance Blitz Rifle is the Zenith. Wobbin Prime Access should be obviously known as the Axe Stiletto Prime. And the Black Moon Edge, again featured as the Schiaggiati in this build. Mag is another one that I'm playing around with. You'll go ahead and Lotus.
New invasions. Chaos is spreading.
Lotus, can you not? Thank you, please. So Mag Prime is another thing I mess around with every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? You probably never see me really put this build out in matches, but you know what I'm saying, it's another one of those ones where I'll go and fuck around with my clan with, you know, and just do some wild, crazy shit, right? But Wrath of the Red Deity should be pretty obvious. That is the Cernos Prime. Kama's God-Fierce Barrage, again, is Axamati and Destroyer Prime. You know, just another build that I come in to mess around with, you know, and that's what that is. Now, Trickster mode is actually mislabeled. Shouldn't have a Saren icon there, but that's Neza Prime, Astilla, Bronco Prime, and Red Deity Exalted Stave would be the Bow Prime. This is another build that I used to play around with, so you'll probably never really see me use it in a professional match. Now here's another build that kind of falls within the play around section. It's Nova Prime with the Phantasma, Cold Star, and a War. Not much description needed on that, but it does run a 150 energy build. And since now you can put out multiple antimatter mines, that's kind of what I use the build for, is to put out multiple antimatter mines. I just go ahead and charge up the 150 energy and release all three at once. It's kind of like I said, it's a really play around with people build. You know, it's not really anything serious. If you get beat by it, probably shouldn't take it so seriously. You know what I'm saying? But here's another Excalibur build featuring the Total Obliteration Rifle, which is the Prisma Tetra, the Lotus Guardian Pistols, which is the Dex Fierce, and of course my signature blades are the Kama's God. Now, this build is another one you will see in professional matches. I'll go ahead and display it for you. And I'm pretty much going to display only the builds that I use in professional matches, but you know what I'm saying, the Total Obliteration Rifle with the Tetra needs no introduction. It's a very powerful rifle. Anybody with a mind can use it, you know what I'm saying? But it's probably the rifle, the primary that I'm probably the most efficient with, I would say. There's other ones like the Prisma Gorgon and the Tenora that I can also say I'm alright with, but Prisma Tetra is kind of where it is for me. It's like the weapon that I kind of just know I can fire. You know what I'm saying? So it's my most trusted rifle. Alright, Lotus Guardian Pistols, the Dex Fierce are very, very accurate. And they take down shields quite fast. They're fun. You know what I'm saying? I love the way they sound as well. Commons, again, need no introduction. Now, we'll go ahead and go over to my Saren build, which is at the moment equipped to deal with cheese, featuring the Pox as a pistol there. We have the Savage Whip of Malice, which is actually the Skoliak, one of my favorite whips in the game, to be honest, and one of my favorite melees in the game, right behind Dual Kamas. especially with